and welcome to week 3 of Creative Remedies art tutorial with myself, Gail. Completely different from what I was going to prepare for today. We've been looking at landscapes over the last few weeks, and I've had quite a few inboxes asking how to draw a tree. So we'll revert back to looking at different periods in art next week. So as you can see here is one that I've already done. I've spent about 30 minutes on this. So I'm going to now take you through the steps from the beginning. You'll need a H pencil, or just a normal pencil, and preferably a shading pencil, 4B, 6B, anything like that if you've got it. If you've not, don't worry, you can still get an amazing effect by the pencil that you've already got. I'm going to pause the video as well in stages, which will give you a chance to catch up and not make the video too long and too lengthy. Okay, so here we go. To start by giving ourselves a grounding line. Okay, it doesn't have to be dead straight. Now, I want you to visualise your tree. If you think about an oak tree, for example. Start with your trunk. Remember, it's not. You need to be all straight. Nature's not straight. Don't worry about those lines. Try to be quite free. If you hold your pencil too close to the end, it makes your movement restricted. Try to hold it back. It might feel a bit weird at first, but you'll get used to it. It gives you a lot more armature with your movement. Now think about where your branches might sit in. Again, try to visualise a tree even better if you can see one. Remember, using a H pencil, so you can change these lines if you don't like any of them. But don't be trying to be too perfect either. And again, rather than controlling, think about how your tree's growing. Obviously, a lot of the branches will reach up, but sometimes you get these smaller branches, even large branches that reach downwards. So this first part, all you're doing is building the structure of your tree very lightly, very loosely. It's a bit like a motorway. You sort of go down the motorway and you go off onto a B road, A roads and so forth. Get to the tiny streets, which are like the twigs. I don't want you to think too much about the extension of the smaller branches and the twigs. For now, I just want you to create a structure of a tree that you're quite happy with. Think about the branches that come behind. You can't see from the front. They'll obviously be a lot darker. So as you can see, bit by bit, I'll put a branching down here actually. I like it to be balanced. Change up the shading later. So, while you're working on getting your trunk, your large branches leading onto your twigs. I'm going to put the foliage in much later. I'm going to stop this for now because I want you to have time of about 10 minutes or so just creating a tree that you're happy with. Just the outline for now. Okay? Right, so now you should have the basis of your tree. You should have the structure there ready to continue now on to shading. As you can see, I've already started, just so we can see what the outcome should look like. Look at these areas here. You can see the darker areas, the light areas. This is all done by pressure from the pencil. Obviously it's a HB. I've got a 2 and I've got a 6. Like I said before, look at trees outside. You'll see how the bark picks up the light that's shining on. The ones at recess will be darker. So how do we do that? I'm going to start with the 2B. So literally, again, I'm just scrumbling. I'm thinking about how the bark would look on a tree. Thinking about the knots that would be in the tree. Again, my light source coming from this side, so this will be lighter. And as you can see, I'm not overthinking it. And I'm just putting some marks in there. See, these areas are much darker. I'll show you this branch as well. Moving quite quickly. Applying some across, down. Thinking again how the bark would look on this tree. You can see it's starting to take shape. To bring some more tones. And again, I'm using that motion that I like to use. It's circular. Bring some darkness in there. So what I want you to do now is, what I'm doing, I want you to start creating your bark, showing your tone, showing your light source, and the parts of the tree that will be in the shadows. The same applies. You don't tend to see like knots, as many knots and things in the branches. Tend to be mainly, you might get them at the top, tend to be mainly in the trunk, around this area here. You can see, create your knots, apply some pressure. I'm just going to bring a little So I'm going to leave you to carry on with yours now, probably for about 20 minutes or so. Again, think about your light source. When you're on your one walk a day, take a look at how the bark is on, how it appears, like I mentioned before. Okay, and then the next part will be the last part to show you how to do the foliage. So by now you should have the majority of your shading in place, hopefully ready now to learn how to do an impressionist style of the foliage of the leaves on the tree. Again, don't overthink this. So very loosely, you can see I've already put this in here so you can see the outcome before you start. It'll just help with the process. I've got no shading there, just so you can see how the foliage works. If you gently do curved type circular motions throughout these branches. Just gently thinking about how it would caress around the tree, how it would go behind the tree. Don't overthink it. Just put these marks in various places of where obviously not going to get foliage down here. So think about where this foliage, these leaves would be on your tree. As you can see on this side, okay, the side that's shading, that's got these bark effects. You can see how it works. It's much better. So once you've got this in place, I want you then to put more not detail, but if you do marks in the way of not a leaf shape, but just some pressure, just to emphasize where you've actually got these. See, you've got these leaves on these circular type marks. Try not to cover it up. Left-handed, so I'm going across. Okay. Once you have done that and you get to this stage, your last stage then is just carrying these branches and these twigs through. Emphasising, picking up parts again that would be dark due to the sunlight and the shadowing. Again, just put these carrying extensions of your branches. You wouldn't see all the twigs if the leaves are quite dense. Carry on with that, and then by the end of it, I'm hoping that you're going to have a tree that's going to look something like this, what I prepared earlier. Thank you.